Welcome to Wilson, North Carolina. U.S. Youth Soccer National League underway this opening weekend, the first of 3 potential weekends. Every National League team, all 80 of them, here in attendance to kick off the 2015-2016 season. After this, the teams will play one more weekend. Some will play in Orlando, Florida, the others in Las Vegas, Nevada. But all of them in action here today in Wilson, North Carolina. We're so glad you could join us. My name is Jake Levy here for Turbo Sports Group's presentation of the National League kickoff. Game 3 from Field 3 here in Wilson features Santa Barbara Soccer Club White out of the southern region of California and South Huntington Lightning out of New York. This is a U18 Red Division matchup. Here on day 2 from Wilson. South Huntington trying to get in the win column after a 3-1 loss to Baltimore Celtic yesterday. They'll be in the white kits. As we're set to get things started. So Santa Barbara in the white, Huntington Lightning in the red. So Santa Barbara starting on the ball, going right to left. And for those of you who are just joining us here for our coverage from Wilson, one of the big storylines will be the weather. Not in the sky, but the accumulation of rainfall over the last 45 days. The teams have not been allowed to warm up on the playing fields, trying to preserve them as much as they can. There's mud flying everywhere. An unusual amount of rainfall in the last 45 days has put some really muddy conditions on the fields and the grassy area around them, so you'll see some sopping wet grounds here in Wilson. See how that impacts play here today. As this gets deposited out of play, Francisco Arroyo throws it back in. Saeed Conte centers it for Sanchez, who lets one go from long range. It's a rebound loose. It's still free and finally secured by Huntington Lightning. Their goalkeeper, Josh Eisler, had a tough time with the short hop, but recovered nicely. Now here's another good ball in. Eisler deflects it away, but there's a wide open net sliding through, and an emergency clearance as they're able to clear it out after Keenan had to do just that. So Santa Barbara back on it, Arroyo. Cargbo. Conte centers. This one chipped over the top, flicked on, but only Eisler there. Dennis Cole made the run, was able to rise and put something on it, not much. And Eisler boots it away. Juan Pablo Alvarez got away with a little bit of a shove there out of his center back role as he walks it back for his keeper, Michael Hawker. Headed down, but this still spells trouble. opening minutes here from Wilson, North Carolina. We welcome you from wherever you may be watching. This match available both live and on demand. Turbo Sports Group's presentation, the U.S. Youth Soccer National League in this kickoff weekend on a warm day here in Wilson. 70 degrees in mid-December, not bad. Of course, Santa Barbara used to that. South Huntington, probably not so much. Pass intercepted is intended for Lorello. Instead, here's Sanchez feeding it through. Sidewinded for a chance. Shot at goal. Saved by Eisler. Rebound shot saved by the team as a defender got into the goal crease and blocked it away. With Eisler off his line, emergency team defense. This play onside for another go. Diving save by Eisler. The rebound scooted just wide. It was deflected, so it'll be a corner kick. A furious pace coming from Santa Barbara. Here's the insert. Front post well defended. Outside shot, and that'll be offside. It was collected and put in the net by Saeed Kanta, but easily offside as every hand went up, as did the flag. Kanta blocks that down, though. Got the ball right back for Santa Barbara. But Kanta doing too much and whistled for the foul. It'll be a free clear for South Huntington. Brief stoppage as they have to pull the soccer ball from the pop tent at midfield. Good back defending. And now it's Garcia. Garcia fights off the attempt from Izzo. Continuing to move laterally. Now a good step towards midfield. Roll to the corner. Can he keep it in play? Trying to angle it back is Lopez. He's fought off the ball. Still in, though, and the shot up and in on the finish by Garcia. Benjamin Garcia able to step up and just chip that over the keeper into the side netting, tight to the end line, but a beautiful finish. It was Sanchez who had the first chance at it, and he lost it as he slipped. But then it was pulled away by 11, Benjamin Garcia, and he wraps around, backtracking the little chip over the top, and it lands into the side netting. How about that clinical finish? And the beautiful finesse touch to make it 1-0 Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara in those white kits with the navy blue shorts have done a majority of the possessing here in the first few minutes. South Huntington Lightning in the red jerseys with white shorts. Kante. Cargbo transfers it to the right side. Just no problem. Slowly building with possession. There's another one put up, and how about that? The long range shot. And just like that, 2-0. As another long range finish. It's been the outside shooting that's getting it done for UC Santa Barbara so far. As watch this. Oh, not a whole lot Eisler could do about that. Two really good finishes and two quick goals for Santa Barbara Soccer Club White. Santa Barbara with 3 players on their roster have already either verbally or written committed to play collegiate soccer. Midfielder Tim Heiduck headed to Westmont College. Brandon Sanchez, who had that chance that he lost that set up the first goal, has a verbal commitment to Loyola Marymount. As here South Huntington Lightning trying to get back in it. A rising shot just barely clears the crossbar. The deflection probably helped out. Now the Lightning with a corner to try to quickly get back in it. Raul Guerrero forward headed to UC Riverside to round out those trio of Santa Barbara White players headed on to collegiate soccer. Another insert headed away. Aronson tripped up, and that'll get another foul and a free kick for South Huntington here. This is pretty good range. Here's the insert. Skied high, headed on, it's free in front, and it goes. How about the finish? Zagorski able to muscle it home, and South Huntington has one back. Off the cross, it looked like the goalkeeper had a hand on it, but Zagorski just too strong. As you watch here, watch the header come in. The keeper's going to sky up, catch it, and it gets trickled free from him and then just poked on through. Usually you would think that a keeper would get a little more protection than that, but the strong play takes it away, makes it 2-1. Who says soccer doesn't have scoring? A torrid pace here in the early goings of our U18s. And in these tricky field conditions, thought maybe these teams would be feeling each other out a little bit. Not so far. Now another chance for South Huntington. Can they get the equalizer this quickly? Launched it a bit. Anthony Izzo. And he had acres of space within those first 3 or 4 minutes. You were worried Santa Barbara might run away with this one, but South Huntington has answered the bell. As we've got a pause here for an injured Santa Barbara player. And that's one of the dangers of a field in this condition with guys going full bore. Got to be careful, and he looks like he's grabbing around that ankle. He's up to his feet, which is a good sign. Aerial pass trying to seek out a runner. Defense ready. Now another chance. That pass was blocked. And then this just dumped back to midfield. But Santa Barbara keeps it. Pressure applied. Lopez rambling through the middle. Great tackle right at the edge of the box. That was Blake Aronson in the penalty area. Goes to the ground and able to come up with nothing but the ball, and now he starts back the other way. Aronson waiting. Fights it inside. Crossing pass, nobody there on the other end of it. Here comes Turnbull. He tries to stop on a dime and goes skidding in the mud, but still has a piece of it, trying to keep it in play. He will roll it back in front, forcing a clear. That caught the hand of Conte. And an unfortunate bounce for him. It was a simple play, and it took a really high carom and glanced right off his arm. And they didn't call the handball. Just a throw-in. It's a really long one. Good shot. As another Santa Barbara player hits the ground holding the small of his back. I believe they're an 18 or a 19. Christian Lopez or Giovanni Acosta. Referee waving off the medical staff. I mean, that handball could have been a really bad spot for Santa Barbara because South Huntington's already shown they can send some pretty tough crosses. The good news is the injured player back on his feet. And right as we say that, ready to resume, he drops back down. And now they will ask for someone to come and take a look at him. He'll get carried off the field, so he got back up. They were ready to resume play. And he's grabbing right at the small of the back. But he'll have to be subbed for. And they did not send the sub on, so right now Santa Barbara playing with 10. And now they will wave him on to make it 11-on-11 again. Sanchez started forward. Conte. And they got the aggressive arm as Cole raised that right arm to get some separation and win that ball. Here in the U18s, play a full 45-minute halves plus stoppage time. And with 3 goals already scored plus an injury break, there'll probably be a lot of that in this first half. This National League Red Division matchup. They got the foul on Izzo. Or excuse me, Izzo drew the foul. It was called on Santa Barbara. And that one had a little bit too much on it. If you're just joining us, it was 2 quick goals from Santa Barbara to get the scoring started within the first 6 minutes of play. South Huntington answering just a few minutes later, and 3 really quick goals within the first about 9 minutes of game time. Now South Huntington on the search for an equalizer. Chance building here. Good effort to keep that ball. Ref says the tackle was clean to pry the ball away. South Huntington right back on it. Walk it towards the box. That quickly dispersed. Heel flip sets up Lorello in the corner. Lorello again fighting off defenders and then leading to a chip down the flank that bounces all the way out of play. Coach Anthony Laredo has to be happy with the way his team has responded after the 3-1 loss yesterday. Going down 2-0 early. Easily could have hung their heads, but got one back, and now with obviously so much time still remaining, are right in it. Here's a touch pass back for the shot that's ripped just wide by Conte. Tried the one touch back, but didn't work out. Now Conte again. It's about 20 minutes remaining here in this first half. And this the opposite of the usual recipe for a fight. The haymakers thrown early. And now some jabs as they start settling down, playing a bit more in the midfield. That was a great insert. Johnson didn't know exactly where it was. There's a go. Aurelio has it saved. South Huntington will get some substitutes on before this free kick right from the midfield stripe. Brahim Gomez coming on. As does Fabricio Camoro. And Whitman Hernandez. So they get the all clear from the fourth official. And then Aronson sends it in. Another really good ball from Blake Aronson. And the center ref's going to blow that one dead rather than play the advantage. Look to flip Fields. Long aerial passes connecting on a few of them, and now Santa Barbara has possession. And circling. Conte walks it wide. Great run. Conte has it again through traffic. Has it stepped away. Sean Zagorski again with good defending in the penalty area. Conte yanked backwards, still able to further it along. Now that pass deflected. And wisely. Liam Lofgren will come out. Here's a run straight down the middle. Pass in front. Tic-tac-toe. Santa Barbara's got another. Brandon Sanchez off the feed from Dennis Cole, and it's 3-1. Santa Barbara gets it back. Just a simple run straight down the right side of the box. And it was Cole who carried it. Number 8 in white, creating space. And then as that defensive line came with him, the little back pass right down the chute. And Sanchez looking at a wide open goal, and it doesn't get much easier than that as he just buries it to get it back to a 2-goal advantage. South Huntington responded immediately last time. We'll see if they have the same pace here. Here's Cole again. Good centering pass for Cole. He's tripped up. An easy foul there and the immediate yellow shown. But that was a good yellow to take if you're Josh Eisler, because he just prevented a golden scoring opportunity. Dennis Cole, who just had the assist last time, there was in prime position for a go at goal. But Eisler comes flying in and just takes him out from behind. And you watch, yeah, easy decision for the yellow card there. He wasn't the last offender, so no need for a red, but it'll be a 25-yard attempt here for Santa Barbara to try to open up a 3-goal lead. Here's a left-footed strike save made by Lofgren. That was absolutely ripped by Juan Pablo Alvarez. And Lofgren able to hop over, deflected out of play wide. Dom Dabrowski will come on as they add some height before this corner kick will South Huntington. Low line drive blocked away. Conclave is able to step in front of it. Now this one to the back post. Watch out. Lofgren wanted an offside call. The flag stayed down. Oreo able to find Hernandez. And he's blocked off. It'll be a corner kick. And now South Huntington's turn to apply some pressure. Keeper rises above the rest. About 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in this first half. Here's Cole. Well-placed ball. Touch it wide for Arroyo. Another long-range shot. That came from Sanchez, but was blocked. Sanchez, the latest goal scorer for Santa Barbara. Good give and go for some space. Cole touches it to the backside for Conte, who couldn't field it as he was coming through on the backside run. Alvarez. Cargbo. Somehow that gets back to Cole. And he just launches one towards the back post. Can this stay in play? It is in play, but then it can't be finished off by Sanchez. I don't think he thought that ball was going to be saved, but then it came right to him, and his body was drifting away from goal, and all he could do was rifle it wide. Well, miscommunication, but still centered. Out again comes Liam Lofgren. Santa Barbara going to make a sub here as Joel Sarugo comes on. First straight sub for Santa Barbara. They had the injury replacement earlier. There's a long throw towards the box. It bounces through for a turnaround shot that rises for Whitman Hernandez. Dangerous turnover here. But Hernandez this time has a glance off his foot. Good combo to get Arroyo some space in the corner. The defense swarming to him. It's Guerrero now. Chested by Conte, but nobody there to come in and direct one on target. A little under 5 minutes remaining here in this first half, plus stoppage time. There should be a considerable amount, given the 4 goals that have been scored plus an injury timeout. Pass for Sanchez blocked off. Second attempt gets it to, but he's immediately removed of possession. Turnbull. Hernandez tried to turn that right into the chest of a defender. Ambitious pass there, trying to tighten up the sideline to Sarugo, and he juggled it for a moment, but couldn't get it to stay. The heavy touch and taking advantage was Chamorro to pop that ball free. And now he starts a run down the right side. Chamorro. And after Santa Barbara does all the work to secure possession, they want to slow things down. Sanchez. Got it to Dennis Cole, but his angle was going away from center. Now Hernandez trying to turn. He was blocked off by Alvarez. Coming up on the final here, I think the fourth official has signaled 1 minute. There's a good find. Drifting with it, Guerrero. Centering pass blocked at the front post. Conte able to rescue it, but then he fouls in the process. And Aronson starts back. So it'll be up to the center rep however long he wants to let this one run on. South Huntington, maybe another chance here at the tail end of the half. But that's sniffed out. The ref will look at his watch. Keeps the whistle down. Another glance. As mud comes flying up, Cole takes it away. And there's an offside on the run by Arroyo. And that'll be the end of the first half. They'll take a look at Camorro, who was on the wrong end of some mud flying up around his face. I think he took a little bit in the eye. And he'll head over to the bench, as will the rest of his South Huntington Lightning squad, trailing by a score of 3-1 as we have reached halftime here on Turbo Sports' presentation of U.S. Youth Soccer National League opening weekend. Welcome back to Wilson, North Carolina. 45 minutes in the books, 3-1 our score. And the third of 4 matches coming your way. An opening weekend of U.S. Youth Soccer's National League 2015-2016 season. Santa Barbara SC White with the 2-goal advantage after 45 minutes. And the teams will switch sides as we get set for our second half here from Field 3 in Wilson on a beautiful day. 70 degrees, mostly sunny. The field, on the other hand, could use as much sun as humanly possible. It is sloshy and muddy, but that did not stop these two teams from opening it up and airing it out in that first half. It was a 2-0 lead for Santa Barbara within the first 5 minutes before a quick answer from South Huntington had it 2-1 at the 9-minute mark, and then late in that first half, off a beautiful feed from Dennis Cole, Brandon Sanchez, who's got verbal commitment to Loyola Marymount, made it a 3-1 lead here at halftime. Now as the whistle, we are underway here in the second half. Teams switch sides. South Huntington in the red kits. They're going right to left here for the final 45. As the play is immediately dumped out. Santa Barbara in the white kits moving left to right on your screen. We welcome you from wherever you may be watching. Remember, multiple fields covered in Turbo Sports Group's coverage of this opening weekend. The first of 3 potential dates for the National League. Everybody plays today and this weekend, and then there are 2 more. One in Orlando, Florida, the other one in Las Vegas, Nevada. And every team will go to one or the other. Teams play 2 of the 3 weekends. Each age group, 16 teams broken down into 2 8-team divisions. This a red division matchup between Santa Barbara and South Huntington. The winners, or top 2 of each division, have a right to go try to compete for the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championship, starting with the regional run. The top 2 in red and blue can both qualify. National championships coming up at the end of this soccer season in 2016 in Frisco, Texas next summer. But the road to Frisco starting right here in Wilson, North Carolina for the National League. This one pride free. 3-on-1, and the defense comes up huge. A split second more, and that could have been a distribution for a really good looking shot. Instead, the timing was perfect on the defensive side. as they flip fields. Santa Barbara with the possession and the lead. Drifting towards the corner. And now as Raul Guerrero tried to walk that along the end line, it was forced out, but it'll be a corner kick. Lofgren directing traffic in front of his net. Here comes help on the corner if they want to go small. They don't. Floats it to the corner. Header skied up. Lofgren punches it out. And then an easy field there for Lofgren, as Garcia just skied it, playing it on that bouncing ball off the mud and just got under it a little bit. Flag up for the foul. And the ref is going to further that with a booking. Yellow card shown to Mike Lareo. And the second time the Lightning have gone into the book. They've kicked on the lights here in Wilson at the soccer complex. The sun's still shining bright, but it's starting to set off to our left. So in preparation, of course, there's still one more game after this to be played. It's about a quarter hour gone by here in the second half, or excuse me, about 10 minutes gone by here in the second half. But here with all these fields going on at the same time, they do a general shotgun start, for lack of a better term. The PA announcer announces for everybody playing in the time slot to take the field for the national anthem. They play the national anthem overhead and then get on with it. So every game starts and finishes within moments of each other. There is no overtime here in these National League regular season matches. A draw is just 1 point each. So depending on stoppage time and when exactly the ref blows the whistle, all the matches on these various fields across all the way up to 6. So the timing's been relatively good here today, and we'll have one more starting at 4 to wrap up this first day of our coverage, second day of the tournament. This was the score in South Huntington's match yesterday. Their loss to Baltimore Celtic. Lofgren off his line is there. And another yellow shown to the Huntington side. They're going to put Ryan Goncalves in the book as well. So the center ref has been busy here today. Now Goncalves, who just got that yellow card, a very physical play to pull that ball back. There's a good ball right down the middle. The defense able to cut it off though. Sliding tackle, trying to pry possession back in the attacking third, but South Huntington fighting it off well. And Santa Barbara starting to play with a sense of urgency here with that 3-1 lead. But still applying the pressure. South Huntington trying to answer. Here's a good chip right in front. Calfgraves had it touched in front of him. It's going to be a penalty. Referee right on it. South Huntington calling for it. They got the hand. And they'll set it up on the kick for the mark. And a chance now for South Huntington to get right back within one. It's number 10 in red, Mike Lorello, to make it a 1-goal deficit. Simply got it. Good pace. Chose right. Keeper dives to his right. And just like that, it's 3-2. The penalty set it up. It was the handball in the box. And then with the free kick, Loreo with the roller just into the right corner. And just like that, it's a 1-goal game. And now look at this. In behind for the shot that rises over the crossbar. Goncalves. So close to the equalizer. Had a beautiful look. And that penalty all of a sudden re-energizing the South Huntington side. Just when Santa Barbara was starting to really apply the pressure. The penalty on the handball and then the goal on the penalty kick, putting it to 3-2, and then Goncalves there just couldn't quite get it to dip. Just rose on him. His weight was back. And that South Huntington bench was ready to erupt just to our left. Guerrero. Goncalves. Good effort from Jinsei Rowe, but couldn't keep it in play. Aronson for Rowe. His touch heavy, but Aronson right back on it. Good speed from Dabrowski. And he gets a deflection and a corner kick here. Looking for the equalizer. Up top, stepped wide again. Goncalves crossing into the center, and then gets the deflection as that bangs into the side netting. Yet another corner. Punched away. Rowe trying to keep possession, but it stepped away from him. His hustle forces the poke out of play, which does keep the ball with South Huntington. Then is Cole back on for Santa Barbara as they make a couple of changes. Here's a long throw. Plenty of space. And they got Goncalves there for tugging. And he's already been booked, so obviously some extra eyes on him Insert. See if Goncalves can track that down. He can't. That had a lot of pace on it. Keenan rolled it wide, but the chance for the counter thwarted. Good spot for that ball, but had a long distance to travel and hung up long enough for the easy play off the line for the goalkeeper. And the ref goes back to the book. The fourth card shown to South Huntington. Now things getting chippy as the yellow card was shown to Zagorski. Free kick launched through. This one rolled wide. Garcia blocked off. Here's a shot. That's wide. It's deflected back in front. Tried to get it wide for Garcia, but it was blocked, and now perhaps a chance to counter. Sliding tackle pokes that away. Aronson. Able to shake one tackler, but eventually does slip. It's now Cole trying to make a run. Pokes it ahead for himself. And a good backsliding tackle. What an effort from the back line. And that one was certainly clean, as that crossed too tall for Rowe. As here comes some subs now on the South Huntington side. Here's Garcia. Tip inside, 20 minutes left to play in this U18 National League Red Division matchup. As the flag was up, this will be a South Huntington throw. They've got the only goal of this second half, a penalty kick from Mike Larejo to make it a 1-goal deficit. And now in search of that equalizer. Here's a shot, and Aronson has it rise on him. And that cleared the safety protective netting behind as well, which is there to trap the ball before it goes into the woods beyond that westward goal. But that one from Aronson, a little bit too much height on it. And it finds the trees. The chippiness of these two teams increasing as the time goes by. Couple of quick fouls on Santa Barbara. That stays in play somehow. Long enough for Aronson to save it despite the deflection. And you saw as he played it, he went sliding down. Did well to, for the most part, keep his feet. One touch trying to send Goncalves through. Goncalves strong on the ball. Fighting off defenders. We've got another penalty. As he's taken down in the box, it was Goncalves. And we've got a yellow card coming out. The first booking on Santa Barbara. It's Garcia who takes the yellow, and it's right on the edge of the box. And facing away from goal, didn't really, from what it seemed, need to do it. So the second penalty kick of the half to potentially tie this match. That's Rayo again. He went right last time. And the keeper dove the wrong way. Laredo for the equalizer. Got it this time. They flip the switch. He goes left. Same result. 2 penalty kicks in the second half, and we are tied at 3. The handball in the box, and then now the penalty on the takedown tackle. And after Santa Barbara scored 2 goals within the first 5 minutes of this match, here with about 12 left to play, it's tied at 3 aside. Pretty rare to see 2 penalty kicks in one half. And Laredo, last time he went right, this time he goes left. The keeper had that same thought in mind about the dive to the right last time. And he switches it up to tie us up. Now here's the cross. Lofgren off his line quickly to play it. How about that strong play to keep possession for his side? It was Consolo. Now he's got it back. Quick throw over the top. Izzo gets the slide out of play, earns a corner. Here it is towards the back post. Aronson back in for a third. Not that time for Laredo, who has both penalty kicks in this half to bring it all the way back to tied at 3. And there the shot. It was dipping, but just couldn't do it fast enough as it clears the crossbar. And the foul. We'll give the ball back over to Santa Barbara. As the crowd's starting to get into it a little bit here. As South Huntington from straight up I-95 get another free kick. And the ref going back to the book. He has certainly been busy with those yellow cards. As he shows another to Santa Barbara, give 6 total bookings in the match. 6 total goals as well. Three-man wall. Goncalves to the top, header. But the flag is up for offside anyway. Conte got a deflection. He was shouldered down. And then they call there as Turnbull was trying to turn upfield. Rocket pass across. And Eisler had to do all he could just to hold it in. Eisler playing on a yellow. Laredo, he's got 2 goals in this half. Nearly had a third moments ago. Turnbull all the way back to take that away strong. Laredo. No one in the same area code as Anthony Izzo. Christian Lopez is going to come on as they get the goalie subbed out. Edward Delgado going to get in there at goalie. So a new keeper, Christian Lopez on. And a new look for these final 5 minutes, plus whatever is left since stoppage time. Fresh into the match. There's the first touch for Edward Delgado. That through ball cut off. Izzo crossing in front. And that'll go for a goal kick. That looked like it could really be something for South Huntington, who's trying to come all the way back here. They trailed 3-1 at intermission. Can they stun Santa Barbara and get the win? Given where South Huntington sat at intermission, you'd assume they'd be satisfied with a point, obviously still trying to go for the win, but have to be happy with where they sit. The exact opposite for San Diego, or Santa Barbara, excuse me, who had a 3-1 lead, 2 penalties in the half. Have given away the equalizer. Now here's Cole. Conte. That was headed away before it could find its intended target. Christian Lopez, who was just subbed back on a couple of minutes ago, was right in the middle of the box, but he was well walled off. That switch field blocked unintentionally. Tons of college scouts, national scouts watching this national league with some of the top youth soccer in the nation. Turnbull going to get called for that foul. They go quick. Time dwindling away. Dangerous interception. Not many numbers forward. That is offside and not by much. Johnson tried to get back onside. It was close. He doubled back towards the defensive line, and that happened right in front of the South Huntington bench. They thought he got back. From my vantage point, I don't know if he got all the way back. He did definitely make an effort to get back onside. But the linesman on the far side of the field raised the flag. And this will be a goal kick here as we come down on the final couple of minutes. And that's how slippery the conditions are off the field as well. Everyone having a laugh over there. See, you go to play the ball, you got to have your studs. Conte weaving through traffic. Garcia took it away. Looking to move things forward. Murphy will. Lopez carried all the way through traffic just to lose it at the top of the dangerous attacking third area. No signal yet on a suggested amount of stoppage time. Aronson spinning through midfield. That'll run out for a throw. The center ref signaling 2 minutes. 2 minutes of stoppage time coming. Enough time for both sides to have a go at a game winner. Conte goes backwards. Alvarez plays it wide. Lopez tried to find the runner. It wouldn't go. Now Garcia. He committed the penalty that allowed the equalizer. And Raul Ibarra, the manager of Santa Barbara, staring at the turf. So the ref takes a look at his watch. Lofgren will restart. We'll see how much longer they let him go after this ball is put into play. Whistle for the foul for jumping over the back on Sanchez. So they'll push everybody up for one last chance here. This should be it. Aronson lofts it to the box. It was free for a moment. Ref checks the whistle. He'll let him play one more time through. Putting on the afterburners. Looking for something to center this ball. Too much on it. Still in this same possession. And the ref's going to call the penalty, or foul here, excuse me, just a foul, before the end of play. So one last chance. And it's straight on from 30-35 out. You'd imagine this will be a shot, knowing that there's not a whole lot of time left. And it's Garcia who places the ball. The ref whistles for the resumption. Here's the shot. Diving save, rebound, got it! In the final moments of extra time off the diving save, the putback at the final whistle. And Santa Barbara, despite 2 penalties in the second half, is going to survive with a 4-3 victory. South Huntington came all the way back, tied it at 3, but then in the final seconds, before the final whistle, that foul called from 35 out. And then after the save off the good take, Lofgren able to dive and put a stop to it. There's the initial shot. And then right there, Johnny on the spot for the putback and the game winner. So Santa Barbara, who led 3-1 at halftime, gets the 3 points for their 4-3 victory, wrapping up the third of our 4 games from Field 3 here in Wilson, North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, your final, Santa Barbara 4, South Huntington 3.